Hello, and welcome to this tutorial where we will be making Earth in Godot. To start first, we will need to add a Mesh Instance 3D. Then, in the Properties, add a Sphere Mesh and set the height to 25 and radius to 12.5. Then add the Earth texture to the sphere. You can find these textures in the description. They are on my itch store. You can download them for free. Now add another mesh instance, 3D, add a sphere mesh again, and set its height to 25.02, and set the radius to 12.52. Then add the cloud texture, and then in the texture, properties go to transparency. Set it to alpha. Then go to blend mode and set that to add. And once again, add another mesh instance 3D and add another sphere. Mesh set its height to 25.03 and set the radius to 12.53. Then click on Material and add New Shader Material. Then go to Material and then Shader and click Add New Shader, set mode to Spatial. Then choose where you wish to save it and name the shader atmosphere once done. Add this code to the shader and you should now have an atmosphere. You can edit the variables in the code to change the color and or density of the atmosphere to your liking. I also recommend renaming the nodes in your project. I'll be naming them to Crust, Clouds, and Atmosphere. Now, it's time to add light and an environment to our scene. We can do this by going up top to the 3-button icon. Click on it. Then click Add Sun to Scene and also click on Add Environment to Scene. Now click on the World Environment node. Go to Properties. Click on Environment, then go to Background and make sure Mode is set to Sky. Then go to Sky. Click on Sky, then on Sky Materials. Click on the drop-down arrow and select New Shader Material. Then click on Shader and select New Shader. Make sure this time the shader mode is set to Sky and call this one space once saved. Go to the code. You can do this by clicking on the space shader file you created and add in this code. This time, you have quite a few variables to mess with. I suggest tinkering with them a little to see what suits you best, or you can just leave it at default if you prefer. Also, before I forget, it would be best to save our work right now. We can do this by going to the top left and clicking on Scene, then click Save Scene. Now to finish this scene, let's add some animation to make the Earth spin. We can do this by adding an animation player node. Make sure this node is a child of the crust node, the first mesh instance, 3D. We made, then go back to the animation player. Click on animation at the bottom, then click New Call. Your animation spin, then set the duration of the animation to 10 seconds. Then go back to the crust node, go to the properties, then to transform, then to rotation, and press the little key icon. Once done, move the animation to the 10-second mark, and on the Y-axis of rotation, set it to 360. Then press the key icon again. Now set your animation to autoplay by clicking the little A button, and also set it to repeat by clicking on the arrows. Once done, play your animation to make sure it works. Now let's create a new scene by clicking the plus sign and add a node 3D. I'll call this camera. Then we will instantiate our Earth scene by clicking on the little chain icon above the nodes. Once that's done, we can add a camera 3D node and make sure it's child of the camera node, then set the camera up. How you like personally, I'm going to drag it across the Z-axis and rotate it to face the Earth. But you do what pleases you best. One final thing I recommend you do is click on your Earth node, or as mine is called crust, then right click and then click Make Local and drag the directional light node and the world environment to be childs of the camera node at the top of the node tree. Now that is done play scene, and with that you have created Earth in Godot. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.